What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back again with some more Premier Cup action, sticking with this same team of Lapras, Venusaur, and Tangrowth. I've had reasonably good consistency, a lot of 3-2s, some 2-3s. We definitely have found a few more things that are pretty hard walls, so the Alolan Muck is not something that we like to see. That definitely creates some problems. But let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, so on this first matchup here, we are getting a Dragonite on the lead. So this is very good for us. Going to be swapping out into the Venusaur as soon as they swap. And just building up a little bit past the Frenzy Plant here. We're going to drop the Frenzy Plant. This is going to deal quite a lot of damage if Unshielded does go Unshielded. They might have the Focus Blast here, which would deal a decent amount of damage. They do get to Focus Blast, so I'm actually going to just build up a little bit past the Frenzy Plant and drop another one. I don't want to risk them getting to a Thunder Punch. And we're able to take out the Ampharos. Expecting Dragonite to come back in. Hopefully I can get to a Sludge Bomb, but I'm not quite able to. I did get the Frenzy Plant, so I probably should have dropped that. Gonna come back in with Lapras, getting some lag here. And we're just going to aim to farm this all the way down if we can. They're getting off a charge move here, and it is the Outrage. So that deals quite a lot of damage. They swap into a Shadow Machamp. So we've got to bring our Tangrowth in as quick as we can. We are going to shield up this Cross Shot. We're going to build up to Power Whips and then just go for the Rock Slides. This Machamp is very likely to shield, so no sense not baiting here. We do get the first shield, and then we're going to get the second shield, hopefully with the second rock. So I'm not going to shield here. I don't think it will KO, and I need to save that shield for Lapras because I think they've got a bunch of banked energy. We do get the second shield, so that's very good. We've got the Surf ready on the Lapras here. We are going to shield. They did have a charge move banked, so that's not great. But this Surf hopefully will be taking them out. And it barely doesn't take them out. So this is the Ultra League. Everything is bulky. So we did need that one extra Ice Shard and took one extra counter, which is a big difference. But fortunately, we were still able to farm down the Dragonite with the Ice Shard. We had to drop the Surf, though. So that's going to be a good game. Alright, we'll get into this second matchup here. I'm really surprised at how close that matchup was. I don't know that I could have got it aligned any better, so that is really interesting how close it was. Here we're getting Scavalier on the lead. This isn't great for us, so we're going to go ahead and swap into Tangrowth, and they bring in a Charizard. So this is okay. Tangrowth actually does quite well against Charizard because that Rock Slide is going to be one-hit KOing if you're able to land it. So we are going to go ahead and shield this first charge move. I want to get both shields from this Charizard if I can. We do get to another Rock Slide here. This is going to be getting the second shield from the Charizard. We do get that second shield, and then hopefully we'll get to another one Rock Slide. We do get to another Rock Slide. That Charizard get a little greedy, and we're able to take it out. So this is really good. We won switch, and we were able to maintain a shield. So Scavalier comes in, farms us down. That's totally fine. However, Scavalier is still a problem for our team. So we're going to come into Lapras. We are going to let this charge move hit us. We're going to drop a Surf. And then we are going to have to switch out because the counter damage is really going to start to add up on Lapras. So that Surf means that we should just be able to throw one Frenzy Plant and farm down. We are going to let this charge move come through. It's an Aerial Ace. So that does quite a bit of damage, but that's totally fine. We are over farming just a little bit and then throwing the Frenzy Plant here, and hopefully we can farm them down. We are able to farm them down and save that shield. It's a Snorlax in the back, so we're going to be able to go for a Frenzy Plant here. This is going to deal quite a lot of damage. and we are going to be able to get to the next Frenzy Plant, which is going to basically take out that Snorlax. So that's going to be a good game. They survive with a sliver of health, but then they actually surrender. So good game there. Escavalier is definitely a challenge for this team, but we were able to sort of dance around it there because we did some chip damage with the Surf, and then Venusaur came in and basically was able to Frenzy Plant once and farm it the rest of the way down. Alright, so running into a Lapras on the lead. Lapras I hate fighting on the lead because it's always a little bit risky. This was way too fast to be anything other than Surf, so I'm going to go ahead and let it come through. It is just a Surf, and then they bring in Muck. So Muck, like I said, is not good for my team, and I think that I misplay this game, if I'm not mistaken. So we are getting off a Rock Slide. We're going to get off a second Rock Slide here, which is going to deal a fair bit of damage to this Muck. So we need to get to one more Rock Slide, though, if we want to take it out. We are going to go ahead and shield this. I think we can get to a Rock Slide and either Wind Switch or force a shield on their side. We do force a shield, and we're going to let this Dark Pulse come through. Tangrowth has done its job. And they're actually able to snarl down, which isn't great, but we're going to come in with Lapras and farm all of this energy. They are getting off a charge move here. We're going to go ahead and tank it. Lapras is very tanky. It is a Sludge Wave, so it does quite a bit of damage, but we are able to farm down with the Ice Shard. They come in with Lapras, and we bring in our Venusaur, but they actually have a Shadow Gallade in the back, so this is really bad for us. Gonna let this Leaf Blade come through. It's not gonna KO, and really that would just be more farm for that Gallade. So going for the Frenzy Plant, they do go ahead and shield, and unfortunately they get two confusions through. We're gonna go for the Ice Beam here. Unfortunately, I don't think this Ice Beam is going to be... Oh, it is enough to KO. Okay, so that's quite good, but now we've got their Lapras, and their Lapras probably has Skull Bash, and we are down a shield. If we had Skull Bash ourselves, we would be able to win this matchup because we'd get to the Skull Bash, would deal a lot of damage, it would raise our defense, we'd shield their first one, but as it is, they're going to be getting their defense increased, and we are just going to get hit with a Skull Bash and go down on as soon as they get to it. So it's going to be pretty close, but when my Lapras ends up in the mirror against another Lapras, I don't really have much play. So that's the drawback of running Ice Beam, but I just can't bring myself to TM away that Legacy move. So I might have to make a second Lapras that has Skull Bash to give that a try. But that's going to, that's a really tough matchup for our Lapras to face at the moment. All right, here we get a Magnezone on the lead, so this is not good for us. We're going to go ahead and swap into the Tangrowth. They're probably going to Wild Charge here and then just swap out. It is a Wild Charge, not very effective, but still does a decent chunk of damage. They actually bring in a Venusaur, so this is okay. We're going to go ahead and go for Rock Slides. Rock Slide does 30 to 40% of Venusaur's health, so we're going to get off another one here. This is going to be getting the Venusaur fairly low, so this is looking alright for us, and we are at another Rock Slide. So we're actually going to go ahead and shield, because we can force them to use some energy and a shield to take us out. And they actually let the Venusaur go, so this is alright. It's a Gallade coming in. And really our goal here is just to get to a Rock Slide. They actually do a swap, though. They were just building up some energy, and they bring in Magnezone. So this is okay, because now we can get our Venusaur against this Magnezone. That's definitely positive for us. And we're going to let this Wild Charge come through. And now their defense is lowered. We're going to throw the Frenzy Plant. This will KO if they don't shield. And they decide not to shield. So this isn't looking good for us, to be honest, because this Gallade is going to be a major problem for our team. They do shield the Frenzy Plant, but they're going to be able to farm down, and then they've got a ton of energy on the Gallade. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Lapras. And we're expecting this to be a Leaf Blade, but since it could be close combat, we have to shield. And then we're going to go ahead and swap into Tangrowth. We successfully get the sack on this Tangrowth. It's going to be another Leaf Blade. And then we're just going to go for back-to-back Surfs. However, they get to another charge move. They had tons of energy. I'm not quite sure how they got so much energy, but that close combat is going to be taking us out. So that was just a ridiculous amount of energy they got, and that was definitely the match, basically. So very well played by my opponent. Storing all that energy on Gallade was definitely a really nice play. Alright, so another Lapras Mirror here. We're going to go into our Tangrowth, and this Lapras seems to be staying in, so we're going to go for the Power Whip. Given that they're staying in, I'm actually expecting this to be Ice Beam, which it is. So that's actually fine for me. It tells me that my Lapras will have a decent matchup against their Lapras, and now they bring in Shadow Dragonite. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Rock Slide here. This is really going to pressure the shields. We do get a shield, and so that's both shields gone. And then I make a debatable play here. I decide to shield, knowing that I can get to another Rock Slide. I think it would have been better to just farm down with the Lapras, because that shield would have been more beneficial later on. So they're going to come in with Lapras. We're going to get farmed down. What we need to do, I think, is come in with Venusaur, farm as much energy as we can, and then try and catch an Ice Beam on this Lapras. And this is something I just wouldn't have had to do if I'd taken the charge move from the Dragonite and came in and farmed with my own Lapras. Fortunately, we are able to catch the Ice Beam, so that's very good for us. We're going to go for the Surf. This is going to be dealing resistant damage, but it's definitely the better move over Ice Beam. They swap out into Obstagoon, so really what we need to do here is just chip it away so that it's in Frenzy Plant range. So they're getting off Cross Chop, totally fine. I'm going to be going for a Surf here. We do get the Surf through, and then we've got another Surf charged up. We're going to swap into the Venusaur now, and we just need to double up so that we've got a Frenzy Plant for both this Obstagoon and the Lapras. So they are going to be able to get off another charge move here. It's not going to KO, though, and this Frenzy Plant that we get off is going to KO the Obstagoon. So Frenzy Plant coming through, going to deal a massive amount of damage, takes out the Obstagoon, and then we've got a Frenzy Plant for the Lapras in the back, and that's going to be able to take it out. So really good match there. I definitely think I made it more complicated than it needed to be by not just letting the Tangrowth go down when the Dragonite came in, and then coming in afterwards and firing down with the Lapras. But that's okay. We're still able to pull it out and go 3-2 in that set. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.